Because you are. Whatever. Nerd.
I love that intro.
Love it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Not a Nerd Podcast. I'm here with Lou, Rob, and Derek, and myself, Mary LK. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from you. Okay? All right, so fellas, B. How you be, guys? That means you tell me how you are.
Oh, we're good. I'm sorry. I'm good. Feels good to be live, you know? Sunday, it's the Lord's day.
It feels good to have you actually on an episode.
I know. I finally made it here.
Welcome.
Not gonna talk about that last episode.
Yep. It looks like
Hello.
It looks like Rob is like in the middle of like becoming a ninja, but also still robbing niggas at the same time.
I'm trying to get like
You're in transition. Like you're in transition.
Like he don't know what he want to do more.
Like ops, bro.
He don't know what he want to do more.
Hilarious.
I'm trying to get like Rob, man. I didn't know that's how we was coming. I got you,
bro. It's a beautiful day out, bro. It's a beautiful day. You feel me?
Say that. Say that. And he's in the okay. I see it.
Nice. So Rob, how are you?
I'm good. Still trying to recover from last night.
Oh yeah, tell us about how your night, man. Tell us what did you do?
Good, bro. We went to the basketball game in South Beach earlier. That was fun. Been there for like a couple hours. And then we went to the harbor. Then went to Joe Broadway's. Yeah. And, doing extracurricular activities. Don't want to
throwing kunai around. Hey,
doing kunas. You feel me?
All right.
I was chilling in the Cloud Village a little bit.
So basically, you had a night. Oh, what a night!
You had a night.
That's right.
Hello.
Who, me? What I do? On a Saturday night? What I did? What did I do last night? I mean, I went to work. I don't know what I did after work. I think I came home and played some PC. I don't really remember what I did last night, to be honest with you. No, I ain't do nothing special. I ain't do no Rob, you know what I'm saying? I have an extravagant night, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey. Sounds good. My night was work, basically. I prepared for my meeting that I had today with the editor and director. And so was on auntie duty. So that was my night. Oh, and I did have a drink of a very potent wine that I will never drink again. Thanks to a friend.
XO?
Yes. How did you know? I was like,
my wife is drinking it right now. My wife is cooking and drinking it right now. So let's see how the food comes out.
She came to drink, and she came all the way. She's like, "You gotta try this. Come on, let's have a drink." I'm like, "All right, fine, whatever." Wee hours. I had been up looking over footage, and she comes, gives me this drink, and I'm like, "What?" I said, "No, you gotta go." It creeps up on you, and that first taste is like, "Whoa." We don't need those on work nights. That's for other nights.
What did you do, Derek?
Heard you. Oh, last night I had a day full of activities. Went to a museum exhibit. I was flued out last night, and taken out to an exhibit. I forget the name of it. Whoa, we're not gonna talk. And then we went to BBQ. It has sticky wings for the first time in years. That was
nice.
That was a pretty dope date.
Nice and messy.
Yeah, it was very, very messy. Don't call them sticky wings for nothing. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Nice. All right, guys. I'm excited. Let's get into some topics. I'm glad everybody's alive and we're all here. Now let's talk about JJK. Ending.
Nobody coming back is a mistake. I don't know why she came back. She should have stayed dead. He's playing with our feelings and our emotions, and I don't like it. I'm angry.
Yeah.
Like Earth was so impactful to the story because it shifted who Yuji was. You know what I mean? Like just bringing her back is a waste of the death. What's the point of the death now?
So it's some Dragon Ball Z shit, man. Everybody
I
dies.
mean,
You get to a point where you're like, all right, we
Yeah,
know
it's like
that.
it's like the MCU bringing back Robert Downey Jr.
That's different though. He's not the same character. We don't know who he's doing.
I don't know.
Such a
I
waste.
have different thoughts. I don't. All right. So my thing is, if you don't see like that, I mean, we kind of did see Nomura like die, but she didn't like die. Like nobody in the JJK universe, like there's always somebody that could like do reverse curse technique or and do the blood thing and kind of like heal somebody. Like it was never confirmed that she was fully dead. I mean,
Didn't her head explode?
It did,
her
and
eye explode.
it's funny because
Her eye.
EG made a tweet that she died, so he lied to everybody, bro.
Oh, all right. Well, Gege. But then again, there's a lot of stuff that Gege did that hasn't been kind of like consistent. He's introduced rules into binding vows and certain curse techniques. Then he walks them back. Sakura lost his reverse technique during the fight against Gojo, but then the Black Flashes was bringing it back. But it was established that Yuji's Black Flashes was separating his soul from Megami, which each Black Flash, and he landed like 8 in a row, and that should have canceled out any. It's all right. So when Yuji did the 8 Black Flashes in a row, it should have canceled out any reverse techniques that Sakura was getting back from his own Black Flashes. It should have canceled out, but it didn't cancel out, and then he was able to do his Malevolent Shrine, and open up his. I don't know. There's a lot that Gege introduced that was supposed to be like, all right, these are the rules, and this is what happens, and
Then
you're
he
supposed to
just
lose
gets it.
techniques and binding vows, and then he just like walks back it. So
Mhm.
I don't know if it's right now it's like overwhelming, but maybe he's just like I wanted to end it a while ago, but I kept it going because it was so big. But when it gets like that, I think you should just end it. And if you want to continue with the story, you can. Like there's so many mangas that ended and then they brought it back and it's still good. Rather than keep going and then right now it's looking like an Attack on Titan ending. It's
Oh.
exactly what it's looking like.
Mhm.
Or maybe
I
even
agree.
My Hero.
How do you guys feel about how it's ending? He's ending it with the intense battle between Yuji and Sukuna, and it's supposed to be like this awakening, Yuji's awakening of a powerful curse or something like that against Sukuna. How do you guys feel about
I mean,
how?
but they've never really established what was his domain expansion. Like
Mhm.
it was never established. Like he opened up his own domain twice, and it was never established exactly what it was. So I don't know what Gege is doing right now. It's up in the air. And then on top of that, he brought Nomura back. And if Yuji's so all right, this is my theory. Yuji's domain expansion is he's able to bring you to a point in time where something exists in his idea. Because if you look at his first, when he opened up his first domain, he was walking through his hometown, and Sukuna was basically Yuji. He was back in Yuji's body technically, and Yuji was Yuji. And then he was able to speak to Megami at the end of his domain with his short hit factor, and then he opened up the domain the second time, and now it's Nomura. I don't know if Nomura's fully alive. I mean, even though I forget who it said, but he was like, oh, she's awake. I don't know if she has the strength to do it, and then she did the nail and into the finger, and then Sukuna. But I don't know if it's inside of Yuji's domain, then all of this makes a lot of sense because Nomura is still dead.
Mhm.
It's Yuji just being able to kind of break the fourth wall with deaths and have deaths inside of because he was showing him a lot of different things. He was showing him his town, his grandfather. He was talking about factories that been closed, but it was open when Yuji was walking past it. So I don't really know. I think that Yuji, his domain could kind of connect to the soul, and that's how he's able to kind of either break you or kill you. So I'm not really sure. That's just my theory. I don't know.
Okay.
How do you like his domain?
Huh?
And like that it looks with like the boxing ring.
What Yuji's?
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because it's not really established exactly what his domain is or does.
Yeah, I was assuming like it had to be like it forces his opponent into a 1v1 situation. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I was thinking that too. Because if you look at the first time he opened up his domain and he was fighting Sukuna, Sukuna was able to bring his wicker basket and kind of like stave him off until Yuji opened up another expansion. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to find out. There's 4 chapters left, so
Hopefully he.
Well, it's said to say that Sukuna is definitely going to be defeated.
well, technically, if we're going off of the last chapter, he is defeated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what else are they gonna show? Are they gonna show the merger? Because that was still a storyline that they was doing. Is what's going on with what's his face that has Gojo's body, Yuta. What's going on with Yuta? Yuta had 5 minutes left to live.
Well,
So
that's
what's going on with
else
Yuta?
they're gonna he's gonna show the fate of all the characters by that final chapter. Like,
Well, I mean, he has to show the fate of Japan, period.
Yeah.
Because the merger, if the merger happens, Japan is done. So he has to literally show he has to show the fate of Japan, period. So how can you do that in 4 chapters?
I don't know, but it is confirmed.
Sound like something else gonna get messed up.
It's gonna be funny because it's gonna be you're gonna find out that Yuji's actually evil and he turns into Sukuna, and then it's his full circle of Attack on Titan.
Hey, listen, Jujutsu Kaisen is already confusing as hell to me. I don't understand domain expansions and how they get into domain expansion and how you get out of it. Like it all confused me a long time ago.
Me and Rob is gonna have to sit down with you after this episode.
I'm just here for the fight scenes. That's it. I don't pay attention. They start explaining things. I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
It is ultra complicated. But once you understand like curse techniques and the whole inner workings of how curses work, I mean, it becomes easier to understand like exactly what's going on.
Right.
All right, good.
Okay.
Maybe I'll start it over.
You read the manga. The anime is not gonna show you exactly.
Yeah,
like it's gonna show you the spectacle. It's gonna show all the good stuff. You gotta actually read the manga.
Season, I'm like,
because the anime is only 2 seasons. Well, they had the movie, which I watched, and then I started watching the season.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie with Utah.
Yeah, movie 0. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys already lost me with everything else. Y'all spoiled everything. I'm just like, all right, cool. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
No, now you said the spoiler thing.
Spoiler alert.
You should have started the episode with that. Big spoiler alert across the screen. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You'll be all right.
You didn't know, now you know.
But still go watch it. Still check it out. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I learned from Rob a long time ago. It don't matter if people spoil it or not. You still gotta watch it. You're not gonna get that same experience.
Yeah, you're not.
And you're definitely gonna catch things that you didn't see. So make sure you guys still watch it.
If spoilers do anything, it makes you more excited. It's like, oh, I gotta see how it happened. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta see it.
Yeah, like when Rob told me Ace died, I wanted to fight him, but then I was like, how does he die? You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Like,
well, another thing that's happening, people making other announcements, Gamescom.
Yes.
Pretty big announcements. The one that I was actually excited about that I saw, Batman Arkham series, it's returned. and
Really?
it's set to between Origins and Asylum, whatever. So I was reading about that. I'm kind of excited about that. So there's a lot. They made a lot of announcements though, and it's only been what the last few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it lasts like until Sunday. It lasts until today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down the list of everything that was announced. So we got Borderlands 4, Dying Light, the Beast. It takes place in right after the first Dying Light with the first antagonist or protagonist. There we go.
Take your time.
Civilization
Hey, man,
7.
let it find you, baby. Let it find you. No.
Yeah, I know. Civilization 7. Indiana Jones will be getting a PS5 release
Yeah.
next year.
I know a lot of Xbox fans.
Yeah, they're upset. They're upset.
They're really upset about that one.
Marvel's Rivals is getting a release date. Horrible.
For that, yeah.
Amazon Prime released a new show called Secret Levels. And it has like a whole bunch of it's basically video games. It's like in-world video games.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the ones that was announced for it is gonna be 15 animated episodes featuring Armor Core, Concord, Crossfire, Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, Honor of Kings, Mega Man, New World, Aeternum, Pac-Man, a couple of PlayStation games like Ghost of Tsushima, Sifu, Spelunky, The Outer Worlds, and Unreal Tournament. So it's all animated, 15 episodes, all animated about video games. So it's basically like an episode out of one of our favorite video games.
When is that supposed to drop?
They haven't announced the actual when they're gonna actually release it. It may be next year or later on this year, but I believe this is just the teaser
exciting.
trailer
Yeah,
to
I'm
bring
excited.
them.
You guys are familiar
And
with,
it's all on Amazon.
yeah, if you're familiar with like Love, Death, and Robots, it follows like the same
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
style.
pretty much. So it's like an anthology of it's not canon. Nothing is canon. It's just how they want to interpret the video game.
Yeah.
Mafia is coming out with a brand new game, The
Oh,
Old
I'm
Country.
super excited for that one.
Yeah,
I
it's
seen the
gonna be,
announcement for it. I was like, yo.
I'll be set in Italy. Masters of Albion gets first look. Dune Awakening, huge
Yeah, I've had a lot
MMO.
of
Yeah.
a lot of buzz.
They deep dived in that gameplay. It was dope. So that one, they announced it for early 2025 for PC. Batman Arkham Shadows gets a VR trailer. The Monster Hunter Wilds, which I'm super ready for. Yeah,
absolutely.
we might have to do a game night of us just running around killing bosses together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred. That's coming.
Diablo. Yeah, so Diablo gets the DLC. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. It looks like another Square Enix game. Call of Duty Black Ops got the campaign gameplay. Goat Simulator gets a remastered announcement. Yeah, and there was a bunch of other stuff that
Got Star Wars Outlaws.
Star Wars Outlaws actually releases this Friday, I believe.
This Friday.
If it hasn't released already. Did it release last Friday? This past Friday?
I don't know.
Or this coming Friday?
I think it's this coming Friday.
This coming Friday?
Interesting.
Yeah, so Outlaws will be out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I'm hearing a lot of really, really good things about it.
Yeah, I mean, we set for the holiday season when it comes to games.
It just sucks
100%.
because there's so many games right now, and it's like so little time to actually play
They
them.
also brought a lot of games back. There was a lot of games I was reading and watching some clips that they brought back after like 20 years, just an updated version. So I'm excited to check some.
Oh yeah, they just released Doom, all the Dooms and together with the 4K visuals for a 16-bit game. Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that they added to it, so you could play like all the mods on there now. Everybody that's been in the mod community for Doom, you can go online and play in like 50+ player arenas on Doom and stuff. So it's pretty pretty cool what they did with Doom so far.
They also brought back World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
Oh, World of Warcraft never went nowhere, but they are dropping the DLC for
They
it.
they dropped new stories. They were saying
Yeah.
after 10 years how there's like more to tell and all of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
my
Genshin
forte,
Impact is
though.
on Xbox.
I was reading up.
So we excited about Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, Spark.
Sparking Zero?
We gonna have to have a game night for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I'm
absolutely.
gonna do a game night for that.
Sparking
Just
Zero?
letting you know, I'm smoking y'all will hurt you.
We have the game night for that
No
for
flight,
sure.
bro.
Yeah.
This past game night was really dope.
Yeah, we had fun. We had fun. Even
Appreciate
though Rob didn't
everybody
show
for
up.
stepping out. That was dope.
Rob,
That
Rob
was
was
dope.
outside.
Very fun,
doing ninja stuff.
guys. Miss this one, catch the next one. Happening next month.
Yes, sir.
Word.
We got to start a poll for that actually, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, thanks.
For sure. And let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions on games that we should put in the rotation for game night, upcoming game nights. We definitely want to hear from you guys. Yeah. Happy about that. So speaking of games, is Black Wukong the game of the year?
No.
Now, I was reading that it is slated vote wise. A lot of people are voting for this game to be game of the year. They're saying that if it doesn't make game of the year, then what are we doing?
Space Marine 2.
Yeah, that's good. Mhm.
Put it in the books. Black Wukong is good. It's good. It's a nice single player, but we've seen this before. We've seen
You
this
know
so
what's
many
crazy?
times.
You know what's crazy? It's gonna be Elden Ring.
I was just going to say that
It's
is
gonna be Elden Ring.
actually
It's
the
gonna be
top
Shadow of the
three
Erdtree.
right now.
It's gonna be Shadow of the Erdtree.
I can see that.
Everybody's gonna be tight, but it's gonna be Shadow of the Erdtree.
I can see that.
So that is, based on what I was reading and what I was watching, that is actually the top contender. And that's what I was about to say. We took it right out of my mouth. That's actually the top contender, Elden Ring.
Telling you.
So I'm putting
First of
here.
all,
Put it
Elden
right
Ring
now.
is a fire game, bro. I'm on like playthrough 18 right now. Like I can't stop playing it. I play it on Steam. I play it on my PlayStation. Like I have like over like 200 hours in Elden Ring.
Wow.
So what do you guys call game of the year? Everybody put their
I
votes
think
in
it's gonna
now.
be Shadow of the Erdtree.
Shadow
If
of the Erdtree.
all things are considered,
I'm going
it's-
with Black Myth.
Based on
what?
what
You going with Black Myth?
I think it's going to
I
be
haven't-
Elden Ring now.
It's
I gotta give
it-
Black
it-
Myth a full playthrough because when I played it during the play testing, so it wasn't even the alpha version. So I gotta play it like right now,
Yeah,
and
like every chapter ends with the actual anime to the story, bro. It's
That's
so
fire.
beautiful.
Really?
Scenery, beautiful. Everything's beautiful, bro. It's amazing.
that's fire.
Soundtrack, fire.
We'll see. We'll
Yep,
see.
I'm
I don't
definitely.
think-
I'm probably gonna pick it up this coming weekend.
I don't think
Had to
Black
wait, man. So many
Myth is,
games, man.
pushing the gaming world into any directions here. I think it's just another single player. But
But that's the thing I don't understand. What like we want single player experiences that are immersive. We don't
Right.
want these big games that give us all these microtransactions and battle passes and
Like
we
what?
were supposed to discuss the battle passes.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
ruin it, but
Fortnite,
yeah, I mean, but we could get into that right now. I mean, battle passes
it's-
are ruining video games. I mean,
You think
let's
so?
keep it microtransactions in general.
Yeah.
But we've had that. We've had it long before we had battle passes.
It doesn't need to be in every single game.
True.
True. Very true.
I shouldn't be playing 2K and like it used
That's
to
your
be
fault.
like you grind. I mean, true, but the
And
thing
that's
is,
that's
it's like,
that's the consumer's
Like, bro,
fault.
it's 2K, bro. It's 2K.
but
They're literally.
it's just all right. Well,
game.
2K may have been a
Every
bad
year.
because I was about to say Madden too. But what I'm saying is, it used to be
Same
a
thing.
grind. It used to be we used to go in there and we used to grind and used to work on your guy. Now it's like, I'm gonna spend like $100,
Basically.
get a whole year. It's pay to win now. Everything is pay to win.
Mhm.
You look
They
at
got
Yeah, it is a lot about money. This was a corporation move from my research. When they first introduced battle passes, it was back in 2013, I believe, and it was really to monetize, find another way to monetize the gaming world. Also, take it beyond. So this was a corporation move. Battle passes, all Fortnite did was make it more popular in 2018. But this was a
Well, I
corporation
don't
move.
mind it in games like Fortnite where it's like it's a free to play game and you have the option to, because in Fortnite it's not pay to win. Literally everything in Fortnite battle passes, microtransactions, it's all skins, it's all different skins for your guns, stuff. I don't mind it in games like that. I mind it in other games like a 2K, like a Assassin's Creed. Like, come on, like, why am I paying for skins in Assassin's Creed, a single player game where I'm not showing it all to other players when I'm playing with online because it's not an online game?
I mean,
Like, I shouldn't. Yeah, I don't mind DLC. I don't mind you dropping the DLC and there's extra skins and stuff in it. Spider-Man, for instance.
Yeah.
Spider-Man had the DLC. It came with other skins and stuff. You have the option of. I don't mind that. I mind games like Assassin's Creed where it's a single player game and you're not online. Who am I showing these skins off to?
Speaking of Assassin's Creed, what they need to bring back is the multiplayer. I don't know if you remember it. I think it was.
It was I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I think it was 3, where you had to basically.
It was.
You had to be an assassin. You basically playing tag.
Nah, they dropped the whole game where it was like 4v4.
Oh, Syndicate.
Was it? Yeah, Syndicate.
I never played Syndicate.
That was fire. That's a fire game.
But wasn't that like co-op? More co-op.
It was. Well, you could do it co-op. Like they had missions and you could do it like co-op, but it was like 4v4. And then they had like all for one where it's like every man for themselves, where it was like 4 players.
Nah, I'm talking about I think it was before that, when you would load up, you get online, and you would have to be an assassin, and you had to like find the other people online. Yeah, I think that was a dope part of multiplayer.
They're not gonna do
it.
They make so much money off of skins, off of
man. That's
microtransactions.
Fortnite changed everything.
Fuck Fortnite.
All it did was make it more popular. It's like it was out already, had that slow climb, and then Fortnite came, and it just.
Fortnite did. How do we feel about BRs? Because we had a BR era.
No, I mean, we're still in VR. I don't think VR.
Yeah, we still
really
are. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think it really has been tapped into the way that it could be. Well, it's an ongoing thing. Like there's so much new technology being like introduced, like the Meta 3 and the PlayStation VR 2. There's new technology being introduced into it that they still really haven't tapped into. PlayStation or Facebook Meta hasn't even grasped the capabilities of what they can actually do with VR. And if anything, AR is more of a viable thing right now than VR.
I think the capabilities have been grasped. They're just crumb feeding us. I think that's really look at all this stuff that's happening.
Well, when I say they haven't really grasped onto it, it's like there isn't any games getting the full capabilities of what they can do in VR. Like as far as graphics, as far as storytelling, as far as they're getting there. There's games coming out. There's a Dungeons and Dragons type game that's coming out on PlayStation VR that is like fully immersive and like everything that you do in there is like it's crazy what you can do in that world. But not every game is like that. Not every game has fully embraced exactly what you can do in VR.
Right.
And I don't think it's going to be like that for another couple of years because of the fact that, one, a lot of the VR needs more powerful things. And then you have something on your face. If you've ever played VR, it's hard to keep it on your face longer than like 30 minutes or an hour because you get motion sickness. So they still have to figure out how to mitigate the motion sickness aspect.
The optic nerve. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it also affects your optic nerve. We're going to go a little medical here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's crazy.
I just feel like gaming hasn't.
Yeah, because they're too focused on pumping up the next system. That's what they're putting all the money on. It's like we don't need all the extra.
And I agree with that too, because I mean, you look at everything on PlayStation 5, you could argue that it could still be on PlayStation 4.
Absolutely.
I hear a lot of people. It was not needed.
Well,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, the next system's gonna have 8K. Like, we don't need that. We have 4K, 60 FPS. Focus on the accessories and everything else that we liked and enjoyed about gaming. Like, make it gaming again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All things
everything doesn't need
considered,
to be.
PC is still number one in gaming.
We're not talking about PC.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, if all things are considered, as much as I would love consoles to get up to there, the thing is, it's like they have the hardware to do it, but
Yeah.
they're not doing it
Yeah.
at all. Like,
Yeah.
if you see what PC is doing and what they're capable, I mean, they just did an Unreal 5 engine showcase of this game that's coming out, and it looks photorealistic. We're never gonna get that on console
Probably not.
this generation.
Probably not. Yeah.
Unfortunately, but you know.
Yeah.
We still can't get 60 frames per second 4K on console. Like let's be real here. Like, I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, they just the Indiana Jones is 30 frames per second in 4K.
Yeah.
You want 60 frames? You gotta you gotta play at 1080. Like, what are we doing here?
Isn't the PS6 coming out soon, or like they announced it or something like that?
It's rumored. It's rumored. They
It's crazy that it's already rumored.
They don't know, because they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to. They're competing.
It's absolutely insane. How about we get some games? How about that?
That's all I want. I just want games. I just want. You know what's crazy? We don't want games with crazy graphics. Like, I don't care about the graphics. Graphics are cool.
Yeah.
I want the gameplay. I want the story.
Absolutely. We want something that takes time. You know, like Black Myth.
Yeah.
You put in what'd you say? They've been promoting this for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
How much work they actually put in that game, and here's hoping they put in a lot of work for GTA 6, because we've been waiting for that. 10 plus years?
That's Rockstar. That's Rockstar's baby. It's probably gonna reinvent.
So.
It's just like 5 and 4 before it is going to reinvent the sandbox genre. Because if you look at Red Dead is still one of the most beautiful games and one of the most beautiful in-depth storytelling.
Yeah, but they dropped the ball in the online for that though.
I don't think they
No, they definitely did.
I don't want to say that they did. I think it's the consumer. I think we did. Think about it, because
it's not the same as GTA. That's why GTA is
they could have made it a better experience. But the thing is player count. If you look at the player count for Red Dead Online, other than GTA Online has the player count. I mean, they max out at like 5 million a day on GTA Online, and then on top of that, they have so many mod communities that make with RP. Nobody's on Red Dead Online, so that's why I'm not gonna back something nobody's online. Doesn't make sense.
True.
Fiscally.
But they didn't. How much work did they really put into it though? Like
did you play Red Dead Online? I was on it.
Yeah,
I was on it every day when it first came out. It's fire.
Who edited out the locks?
All right. So, have y'all seen the article about this Neurolink chip? Like,
I heard a little bit about it. I didn't really read much on it.
Information on it.
so this guy, so we're going back to Elon Musk and Bill Gates. Elon Musk funded Neuralink many years ago, probably back in 2016, I think. And this guy, he's a quadriplegic, agreed to be the first human to test it out in 2019. So he did that. He implanted the chip. The chip allowed his brain to move signals at a faster rate. So instead of the signal going from your brain to your hand and then you join the action, his brain just sent the signal and did it, right? So this is what Elon Musk, along with Bill Gates and many others, want the future of our society to be. They want us all to be chipped. We're not going for it. He wanted to do testing in Africa. Fast forward, the guy who had the chip, he's able to play video games and do all these things like the rest of us. And so it started sending some rumors and some worry in the competitive gaming world because say other people get these chips and they're competing and they're killing people. Basically, they're annihilating people. They're winning, and you don't have these chips, so you have to do that and have infinite influence against people that don't. So the rumors going around that more competitive gamers are thinking about implanting these chips. So are we moving in the age of microchips, like it's been rumored to be? Are we here? What's going on?
This sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. You know exactly which one I'm talking about too, specifically. That sounds absolutely insane. How do you game exactly with that? Like,
so basically, his brain, it's the chip is implanted in his brain, so his brain is sending the signal to do everything. So instead of us, we don't have a chip. So the brain sends the signal to our hand, then our hand is actually going to do the action that the brain is telling us to do. But in his case, he can't use his limbs. So his brain, this chip is literally doing everything.
can he feel it? Like everything in the game? Because it's Black Mirror, basically.
Jeez.
That's a good question. That's an asshole.
This is Black Mirror. This is what happened. So Black Mirror was right. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane.
So it's an unfair advantage to competitive gamers. Some people are thinking about getting this chip. That's why it's made it so far, because people have contributed to the funding, to the research. Like there's an actual human walking around with this chip. Like, are we here? People talked about this for years, and it's like, oh, it's not going to happen, but it happened. And he's living, he's breathing, he's alive. It's had it's had malfunctions. They fixed it. He's still rocking with it. Now people are like, okay.
Harry, we can't skip past that. His brain malfunction.
No, so not his brain, the chip malfunction. And they had to go in and fix the chip.
Wow.
And he said that he was in an interview with Good Morning America. He actually said that he was scared that that would mean that he would not be able to continue life with the chip. But they ended up fixing all the malfunctions, and to this day, he still lives with the chip.
Elon Musk trying to take over the world. That's basically what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really a competitive advantage because you're still limited in the scope of a video game. I mean, if there really was a competitive advantage, I mean, there'll be we already have people like in COD, for instance. They trying to clip through walls and shoot people. There's already stuff in place to stop people from cheating and stuff like that. I mean, but as far as a competitive advantage, you're still limited in the scope of a video game.
Yeah, I can say that it's probably more reaction time wise rather than
reaction time wise. But I mean, other than that,
well, his reaction time is definitely
there's professional gamers that play COD with a reaction time of like 0.0. Like, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, you're still within the scope of a video game. The most you can have is a better reaction time, but even still, you're still within the scope of a video game. I don't think it's a competitive advantage.
Because he did say that his ability to play video games were way better than his friends that didn't have this chip, which is why it sparked rumors to begin with. So better reaction time. Maybe he's able to figure out the game before, most people.
I can see like in the competitive aspect, I can see there.
Yeah, especially in competitive gaming.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being an issue because you're inputting these commands in a lot faster than people with just a controller.
Yeah.
I can see the advantage there. I can definitely see the problem.
Imagine if it was like streamers, like your streamers had chip. Like how what's the word? Animated they'd be, like it's playing the Imagine like Kai with the damn.
I mean, it's wild to think that this is where we're at, but this is where we're at.
It's about damn time. We're supposed to have flying cars already.
That's true.
For real.
It's a little slow, we a little delayed or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see too much of a competitive advantage. Like I said, only because it's like you're still within the scope and parameters of the game.
How you
And
play
on top of that,
Madden?
if you're playing competitively, they would have to handicap it they would have to put the reaction time at a level where you can be technically normal. What's the reaction time for the signal to go from my brain to my finger to press a button? They would have to calculate that, see all the variables, and then handicap it. So again, if it's in the competitive scope of gaming, they will find ways to handicap it in a way where it's
fair.
not it will be fair. It's but right now I don't see too much of a handicap. I mean,
But do
you're
you
not.
think that all this hoopla about them even considering this implantation is dumb then, if that's the case?
I don't think
I
it's
wouldn't say it's
dumb,
dumb.
but I mean, it's not like that chip is. You have a Neurolink to rewrite code in a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like
You're still playing a video game.
yeah, you're still playing a video game, but the advantage for somebody to be able to play a video game that doesn't have the capability of playing it because they can't move their hands or their arms, like that's a plus.
I think that's
like
pretty dope. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's cool to have more people in the gaming community that are able to play the video game, that are able to access it, because that's the biggest thing right now. How can I access this game if I'm blind? How can I access this game if I'm deaf? If there's so many variables to that, and a lot of developers are taking the time to become more inclusive to these communities because they understand that a lot of people want to get into that aspect. So if you have a chip that's able to do that, I don't see a problem with it.
I think
Now, if they're getting a chip just to get the chip to to be,
This chip
you
about to
know,
run you a
like
couple bells.
now you're an asshole. But like, no, I don't.
that's what I'm saying. It is available. It will be at some point available for everyone to get. I agree with it in the sense of, like you said, those who are disabled and at a disadvantage, if this is
Mhm.
going to help you have a better quality of life and get some of what you lost back, especially if you were a person that wasn't disabled and you became disabled, you go through a really dark space. So if this is going to help you and this is going to bring some of that joy back, I'm all for it. I am
Yeah.
not for it being mandatory, which is another rumor going around. I'm not for everyone just getting it and you don't need it, and then like you said, you're just doing all these crazy things, and
Yeah.
I feel like it could get out of control. But if it's within the confines of people who actually need it and can help them, I'm here for
Turn
it.
this into cyberpunk. I have it.
You're rewriting that
Like
code.
chipping
Like,
people.
it's crazy.
Have towers
I
and
mean, I'm
shit.
cool with it though. I mean, come on.
Man, go ahead and chip
whatever.
yourself, man. I'm gonna hack y'all.
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna hack y'all.
I'm gonna use my chip to hack you. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you,
Hey.
cyberpunk. That's it.
Hey, start just wigging out in a grocery store. You know why?
This goes into, is the microchips taking over, just like is AI taking over? It's here. It's in everything now.
I feel AI has been put on the limelight a lot more than it was in the past, because it existed for a very long time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the fact that a lot of companies are now forcing this AI in our face, like Meta AI, Twitter AI, TikTok AI, like
I hate it.
they're trying to just overforce the idea of artificial intelligence to those who are probably not too familiar with it.
Right.
Yeah, no, I absolutely hate it, especially on social medias and things like that. I hate it. I'll click it by accident, and it's like this whole screen pops up. I'm like, I didn't ask for you. Like, there should be an option where I can actually pick it or like pick it. I'm like, all right, now I want to use the AI, but it's like in your face every time you scroll. It's like, you want to use the AI? No, get out of here. Move. Like, I'm scrolling, man. Let me scroll.
I mean, the bottom line is that it is taking over. It's not going anywhere. According to Van Jones, he was one of the speakers at this year's InvestFest in Atlanta, which is actually still going on right now. He said that there are top 5 AI apps that everybody should have, especially creatives, if they're going to do better at their business. And everybody knows about ChatGPT,
I gotta
right?
re-download that.
And it's Mid-Journey, Runway, Suno, and Gamma. Those are apparently the top 5 AI apps that are kind of like taking over, and everybody should be using to better themselves in their business. And if you're trying to, well, not even trying to, but if you are, want to stay afloat, basically, in this the way we're going, which is more towards AI, then you need those apps. A few others are like Copilot, in video. But what do you guys think about what he said?
Should we be using that right now?
He's saying he's
to
basically
help
said
out this
those
podcast.
top 5 AI apps are what we should be using right now, especially if you're in the creative space. So we are all in the creative space, and
Let
you
me
know,
actually re-download ChatGPT because I had it. It was just for like Instagram. It was like being stupid, but then
I mean,
I
piggybacking off of
seen
what
some
Rob was saying, I mean, it's always been around. It's,
yeah,
technology has advanced a lot. AI has come a long way, but I mean, it's always been there. It's just more prevalent and in the public eye than it's ever been because they're trying to force it down the public's face because they want it more. They want more of what's going on. But I don't see a problem with AI. Like, they had they did this a mod for GTA, and they was using AI for the NPCs where you can actually have full conversation with NPCs, and it's based off of the AI, and it's running full AI. You can have full conversations. You can ask NPCs questions and stuff like that. I think it would be dope for gaming. Aside from voice acting and everything, I think that would be kind of hard to kind of incorporate. But at the end of the day, I mean, if we're talking about certain aspects of what AI can do, I'm for it. But I'm not for like AI just taking over
taking
people's
over.
jobs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect of it. I don't want AI to replace, us, to replace humans and the kind of jobs and things that we bring to the table. But like you said, I am for the technological advancements that it brings and the opportunities that it brings, and it's not going anywhere. So
No.
I might follow Van's advice and download a few of those apps. I'm just saying.
I just did
Yeah.
ChatGPT. So
Apparently, that's number one.
And then on top of that, if you look at what they're doing with AI, I mean, Apple just introduced their own AI version.
They surely did.
Yeah. So, and the stuff, I mean, Google has been like top in what they can do with their AI. I mean, with the Pixel, you could circle a picture and it could look it up. Like the AI could look up that picture. So if you're trying to find the jacket that somebody's wearing in a video,
You
that you're
can.
watching, you can literally look it up. You can tell your AI to put locations on a map. There's so much stuff that you can do with AI. AI is going to be helpful and beneficial
Yeah.
moving forward, but it shouldn't take away from the interactions of everyday life of what
That's
we
tough.
can do to each other. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
That's tough. I think because of like social medias and things like that, we already there, man.
We're in the
It's
social
sad.
age, and we've been in
Yeah.
the social age. We've been in the social age since the internet exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you take that aspect, I mean, look at the kids nowadays. They don't even want to go outside. They'd rather be on their tablets. They'd rather be on video games and stuff like that. I mean, when we was
I mean,
growing up,
whose fault is that though?
well, I mean, it's not all the parents' fault.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take them.
Nah,
Hey,
I
let's go.
send my kids outside. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You
Y'all
stepping about
got-
that, but you
Y'all
go
gotta
outside
get out
with
the
them.
house. Y'all gotta get out the house.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it is the parents' fault. But it's also society's fault. I mean, FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, it's real. Like, even with adults, even with us right now, the reason why we are so glued to our phones is because of FOMO. Fear of missing out. Why we gotta check Facebook all the time? Why we gotta check our Instagram? Why we gotta check our emails? Why we gotta
I like
see
to
what's
laugh.
going on in the news?
I
it's
just be posting
FOMO.
funny shit. I like to laugh. Man.
I
I mean, but
think
still, but even with that though, what else is funny? What
true.
else? Like, let me look up what's funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's still a fear
Instead
of
of
missing
talking to
out.
someone and actually finding out what they think.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys realize that, us in particular, they always say this to me, we're a part of the generation, the last generation that was kind of like literally on both sides of the line.
Oh, millennials? Yeah.
We, and,
Absolutely.
that
We experienced it all.
like all of it. And I look at the generations like that are after us, and I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, do you know what's that? What's going outside? Why do we need to go outside? Why do we need to do this? And I'm just like, what do you mean?
Hey, what?
What do you mean? I
Gen
just
Z will
don't
never
want AI to
understand what it was
further
like.
that.
Gen Z will never understand what it was like to have a anti-skip Walkman and it still skip on you.
You see,
Never.
just end up so scratch after that, bro.
Yo, bro, soul scratch. Like Gen Z would never. I mean, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z. They would never
Gen Z.
understand the
I don't
struggle,
think-
man.
I think it's the
They would
next
never
one.
understand taking the VHS tape and rewinding it all the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't just play. It didn't just like no, bro. And
Well,
you know how
it's
tight you was when you went to Blockbuster and got a video and you had to rewind it. You couldn't even watch it. You had to rewind it.
We had to go pick up our video games.
You gotta go pick a
Bro,
video.
couldn't
facts,
download
bro.
it.
You had
I
to.
want AI to further this gap because this is what we're describing right now. It's funny, but it's a gap. It's a gap. Like I feel like out of reality, like this generation going forward, not based in reality. They're removing all of those personal, aspects of humanity, and that is the one fear
It's
that
gonna
I
be player one in like 15 years.
I'm here for it, though.
I ain't gonna lie though, I'm here for that too, bro.
I'm here for it.
I don't know if I'm
so
here
here
for
for
that, man. I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
know.
I mean, it'd be dope though. It'd be dope to actually be able to play your own NPC character and just like that'd be dope.
Fire.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But I don't want to be so immersed into the world where I just
lazy, though.
forget everything. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. And I think it's going to
Yeah, I
make
mean-
people lazy, though, especially when it correlates to movies and games and shows. It's already happening. They depend so much on graphics and artificial intelligence now that we're lacking in story. We're lacking in, emoting what is supposed to be the essence of or the heart of whatever it is that we're watching or playing. So I'm nervous. I'm on the fence.
I feel like as long as we keep the experiences alive, it will never really die because they say like going to the movies is a dying industry. It's not.
I love them.
I mean, Deadpool
Not
and
at all. Go to
Wolverine is a
40X
prime
movies, man.
example of that.
Change your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Speaking of
all these
Deadpool,
experiences,
I watched
all
it
the-
again, and
But yeah.
one of my favorite parts was Blade. I totally forgot. Like Blade was pretty much
there will never be another Blade.
There will be a Blade. But people often forget that if it wasn't for those Blade movies, we wouldn't be where we're at in MCU today. We're honestly, we would not. We would not. Give him his flowers.
Those movies are still good too.
I mean,
I'm like 50-50 on that.
yeah,
I could kind of get behind it, but I kind of can't. I feel like
It's a
if it wasn't
fact.
for X-Men, I feel like if it wasn't for the X-Men movies,
But a
X-Men
lot of
was
those
really what
X-Men movies,
because
they
everybody
came
didn't know.
Blade
Well,
though.
well, I say it from this aspect because everybody didn't know that Blade was a Marvel property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when Wesley Snipes was blading it, they didn't know it was a Marvel property. Everybody knew
That's
X-Men was a
true,
Marvel property.
But it still did amazing.
No, it did. But what I'm saying is, as far as
It
from what you're saying, as far as when if there would be no MCU, I feel like I don't think there would be an MCU without X-Men. X-Men was what pioneered what we would think of as team up.
Blade walked so X-Men could run. That's what happened.
No, and I agree, but I agree only 50%. Only because again, the average watcher of Blade, they only watched it because he was a black vampire. They didn't watch it because they knew that Blade was a Marvel character. They didn't even market Blade as a Marvel character. They didn't do it until I think Blade 3. So that's the only reason why I say that. But I do agree that Blade
Fox was like, we got some.
Yeah, I do agree that Blade was fire.
His appearance, Wesley Snipes' appearance in Deadpool, marked him as an actor that plays the longest running character. Period.
Really?
Yep, of
Wow.
all times. He is officially. He's been playing Blade since early mid '90s. So all the way up until now. So he is
Oh, wow.
officially the longest running character. Well,
He's
actor
actually gonna take that over though. So
character. Yeah.
Yo, Guinness better give him a plaque. That's all I know.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, he broke a couple of records. His appearance in Deadpool, he broke a couple of records.
that's fire.
Because the third Blade film happened almost 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
I
fire.
didn't know that. That's fire.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
I mean, yeah, Blade did come out during a time where people didn't know a lot of these superheroes were actual comic book heroes. They're just like
Yeah.
Spawn. Because Spawn came out in '97 while Blade came out in '98. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah,
Spawn was fire to me personally. I loved it.
Spawn. I love Spawn.
I loved
I
it.
still love it. I love Spawn.
I loved it.
I'm mad that they're trying to get Spawn greenlit and it just
Yes,
hasn't
they're trying,
gone
bro.
through, man. They're trying
We don't have
hard.
the right. We need the right actor first.
Mhm.
Yeah, you need the right actor.
I'm right here. I'll play Spawn. What's up? Cut me the check right here. I'll do it.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
as we know,
CGI me some burnt up face.
Here.
You know what I mean? I'll do it.
That's it, bro.
You know what I mean? I'll do it.
some of these films.
You even
took
gotta
10
show my
years.
face, man. I just talk. That's it.
I
You
just
gotta show my face. Put the Spawn mask on me. I'm cool.
That's funny.
I even do my own stunts, man. What's up?
I heard it
Holla
here
at me,
first. Let's do Lou for Spawn. Lou for Spawn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't get Gambit no more, so fuck it.
Can't be no way.
A lot of people were critiquing Channing's accent, but he did an authentic New Orleans Cajun drawl. Like if you've
It's
ever
funny.
been to New Orleans,
Listen. My
he
mom
did it-
is
he
from
did it
New Orleans,
authentically.
and I'll go to New Orleans like every 5-6 years.
I used to live out there.
And none of my cousins talk like that. I promise you. None of them talk like that.
He did a typical white Cajun drawl. That's a southern New
Straight from the
Orleans
bayous, bro.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, different. I found somebody on TikTok who was like, just like that. I was like, this.
Nah,
is
I
crazy.
did too. I did too.
What's his name? What's his name?
He killed it.
I don't know. He was talking about he was a barber. He was giving somebody a cut.
Oh, okay.
I need you to sit up in the chair, but he sounded like Boomhauer.
Nah,
Killed it.
he did a good job though.
He did. He did.
Nah, he did. He did.
I'm glad
See,
that they
They
decided to
gonna
go
talk
in
about
that
this day today. You know,
direction. Name of myself.
Woo, I'm just happy to be here.
Let's get into this week's verses, y'all. Now, last week we know, there was some things revealed in the last week's verses. This one, I got nothing to say.
She was watching Wukong gameplay like, yo, that monkey look good.
Honestly, he kind of did.
Hey, oh my god, man. You gotta explain this.
Honestly, he was tall, he was muscular, how they elongated him. I was feeling it.
Terrible.
That's mad funny. Who's up first?
Yeah, that ball man don't want nothing with that monkey, bro. He don't want problems.
Even I
Break it down, Rob.
Okay.
unanimous decision right here.
You know, because the thing is, a lot of people try to scale Kratos to Wukong because of Kratos' feats in this game, in the series.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the God of War gods were nerfed in a way from their mythological counterparts. They weren't as strong, as powerful as they should have been. That's why a lot of people really misunderstand it. Wukong's gonna hit that man so hard, he's gonna make his head.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I think this is a unanimous decision here. I don't understand why this was even a thing. To be real honest with you.
It's been a hot topic for quite
and I'm like,
a week now.
Kratos is Kratos, but Wukong, he's mortal. Over 7
times.
20 times. Excuse me.
20 times immortal, bro. Like
Even if he defeats him, he can't kill him. So it's like
that's why the only way to beat Wukong is to seal him. That's the only way, bro.
Okay.
That's crazy because I just started.
I gotta be the one.
Kratos in this one.
I gotta be the one, right?
Go ahead.
All right. Devil's advocate. I'll be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Kratos is gonna win.
That's what I just said Kratos.
Oh, okay. Well, both of us are the one. Both of us. Both of us.
Elaborate.
Look, Kratos is gonna win. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Break it down.
Because I said he's gonna win. Boom. Plot armor. Plot armor.
I hear you.
Plot armor. The plottest of the armors.
What's the actual plot?
Don't matter. Plot armor.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
'Cause
look,
even, like,
I think.
Thor in the beginning,
Look,
he-
I'm gonna stick with Kratos. I'm gonna ride the Kratos bandwagon only because Kratos went to two different myths. He went to two. So you're putting Kratos in a third myth, and we would have to say that Wukong is at the height of his powers, right? He got to the end of the game. He's at the height of his powers. Okay, right? Went through all the Chinese stuff. Cool. He's uber strong. That means that Kratos is gonna get new weapons to go against. And he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose the first. He's gonna lose the first battle, but he's gonna win the war. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a Kratos story. You know, he gets beat up in the beginning, just like Thor rocked him, brought him back to life. It was like, nah, you're not
Killed him.
dead.
Killed him.
Ragnarok. You know what I mean? And then he got all the way to the end. Rocked Thor and was like, yo, bring your daddy outside so I can rock him too. You know what I mean? And look,
I mean, basically what happened, bro.
You know what I mean? So that's what's gonna happen. See, Kratos is gonna get rocked in the beginning by Wukong. He's gonna be like, all right, cool. Then he's gonna fight little dudes. He's gonna work his way all the way up. Then he's gonna get whatever the pole is, because you know he gotta get his own version of the pole, you know, and it's gonna integrate with all his other powers. And now Kratos is uber strong, and then he's gonna beat up Wukong, and then Wukong, he's not really dead, you know what I'm saying? He's just gonna be sealed away or whatever. You know, and then Kratos is gonna go to like Egyptian myths and stuff.
Egyptian.
Fight Ra, you know
How
what I
is
mean?
Kratos stealing him though?
He's not.
Doesn't matter, bro. It's plot armor, bro. Stop. Why, stop
does
asking
matter.
questions.
He's a detail,
Bro.
break it down.
Wukong
reason
can
why
take his
I
ass
think
hair and
Kratos-
get combed, bro.
The reason why I think
Listen,
Kratos has a good chance is because, okay, both him and Wukong, they rebelled against the gods, but according to my research, Kratos actually killed his entire pantheon and Wukong did not. And so I think Wukong makes a formidable opponent, probably one of the most formidable.
but-
Piece.
I want
But
to use
to play
the
devil's
as
advocate
a-
here, Kratos can't kill
gods.
the other gods without the help of Ares.
Mhm. And
So
help of
just to play devil's
But he
advocate,
had, but he had
You
the
can't-
but he
you can't
had
physically
the wherewithal to even attempt that and did it. Wukong didn't
Well-
do it. So
well,
I
they
feel
had
like
to, like,
Kratos
they had to,
Kratos
like-
carried by other gods, like the other gods.
Yeah,
were
that's a fact.
helping him fight other
Yeah,
gods.
helping
And on
him.
top of that,
and then on top
true,
of that,
he
they had
help,
to
but
they
The
had to
Pandora's
like
box.
really give Kratos plot armor by making him Zeus's illegitimate son
true.
by God of War 3. So
Mhm.
that was like, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that kind of went on with Kratos, but
Okay, that's the funny because at the end of 2, when he opened Pandora's box, it kind of because it corrupted the gods and turned nerfing them. That's why Zeus was not as strong as he should have been. Because keep it a bean, he could have one shot at Kratos if he really wanted to.
yeah, OD.
But the
OD.
fact that he was nerfed, that's the only reason why Kratos excelled the way he did. He's fighting weaker gods, bro. They're technically lesser gods at this point compared
Technically-
to the gods of Wukong. God had
Technically,
to seal
Kratos was technically Kratos was right by unleashing the Titans. The Titans could have killed Zeus, without a doubt.
Without
But
a doubt.
he wouldn't have been able to kill the Titans, and the fact that he was able to kill the Titans tells you everything.
This is what I'm saying. Kratos for the win.
I got my boy Wukong on this one.
Plot armor.
Because I mean, bro, it literally took Buddha. It literally took Buddha to steal him in the mountain, bro. God,
Nah, that's what
not
I'm
just
saying,
any
yeah.
god, the big G, bro, over the other gods.
Word. Word.
And he got
Don't
flying
worry.
enemies. I'm sorry.
Bro,
Yeah,
the fact that he
I'm gonna have to- I'm gonna have to get this game
asshole
tonight.
hairs and throw it and make clones is crazy to me, bro. As long as that man has hair, he can make clones, and they're just as powerful as he is.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're split down the middle. You guys, let us know. Let us know who you think is the winner. And I think that's it, guys. We made it through episode 3. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, share. We want to hear from you guys. All right.
I don't know what side is
Guys.
Make sure you
Don't
guys
know what
live
side is
fast and binge some anime, okay? And join
Also,
our Discord.
you
Come,
guys
join our
gotta send us
community.
suggestions for our
Yeah, word.
next month's game night.
Facts.
Fall Guys is so far the only one we got. So
Let's
send those
bring some
suggestions.
more suggestion, guys.
Hey, what's nothing wrong with Fall Guys? Come on.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's a lot wrong with it.
Ew, you're a nerd. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Whatever. Nerd, nerd.